Hey YouTube, how you doing? Kevin here. Well, I picked up a battery. This battery right here is going in the Suzuki Intruder 750 there that I picked up. This gets inserted from the bottom, and I just want to do a quick video on the proper way of doing these batteries. This is a liquid-filled battery. This is, you put the acid in. It comes with your bottles of acid right here, and you undo these caps right here with a pair of pliers. Real simple. And then you fill them up to your upper level, your desired level there that you want, and then you basically just let it sit. You let it sit for about a half hour, and then I'm going to charge it up until it's fully charged, and that's pretty much it. These batteries right here are cheap. You get normally a year, maybe two out of them. Not the way to go on a bike. Unfortunately, I am selling the bike, so I don't want to be putting an expensive battery in. If it is getting a new battery, but if the owner decides they want to put a new battery in it, they'll probably go with something like this. This right here is an AGM battery, basically a gel battery. Look, it's sealed. You can mount this battery in any direction you want without hurting the battery, which is pretty cool. And there's no vents for the thing to leak out of. It's a solid battery. It's used on many different machines. And these right here, the liquid filled and the AGMs, okay, they're both really good batteries. The AGM lasts like 4 times longer, and it holds its cranking amps for a lot longer as well. And they charge up the same way. So when you use a battery tester, they have a load tester, and I wanted to show you guys the type that I use on these batteries, because putting a regular load tester you would use in a car can actually damage them. It's really basically just fries them. So I'm going to show you this tool right here from Mac Tools. This is called a conductance tester, and basically what you would do, let's see if I can do it with this AGM. Put it on here, which I haven't charged, by the way. I'm outside, so it lights up blue. I forgot it. Well, you can't really see it right now, but it has a blue light to it, and it tells you the voltage right there, 1243. And then up in the corner there, you just scroll down. Cranking, does cranking, so you can check it when you're cranking the draw on the battery. Push the middle button, and up in the left corner there, it's going to say SLS 205. I think it's a I think that battery's oh yeah, and the AGMs hold a higher cranking amp too. We're going to do 325 on it. Okay, a second. I'm going to get back out of this. Okay, so we get 1243. Click it, and then we're going to scroll down to AGMs up there. By using these arrows, I can change it back and forth from SLS to AGM to gel to AGMF, and it goes back. So we're going to AGMs, cranking amps. I said you use the up and down keys to change the cold cranking amps. And now, right now, it's reading 299, and then it says OK recharge. So this is a good battery. That's what it reads. So that's a good battery right there. And it gives you 63%. It gives you all the stats on this battery. 92% of state of charge, all that type of stuff. So anyway, that's a pretty cool tool to have. And these are conductance testers, and you can leave this on there, and these don't get hot or nothing. It's basically, it tells you the integrity of the battery without killing the battery. And that's the tool that I use on motorcycles and small batteries. Well, I use it on cars too. This is for automotive, but it works on everything. It's not one of those big giant ones when you hit it, the coil in the back heats up, and then the battery is basically dead from that. But you got a reading on it. And then there's two types of chargers I use. I use a maintainer 1.5 volt, which is what I'm going to be using on this battery. What I like about this one is this one right here shuts itself off, and it tells you if there's a trouble. So it's basically, the light comes on for charging, and then when it's charged, that's yellow light or red, I forgot which one it is, This one turns green for charge, and if there's trouble, it lets you know, hey, you got a dead cell in this battery. It's a great little battery, and you can get these at Walmart or anywhere. And then if I have a battery that is dead, I mean dead, this right here will not charge. It just automatically goes to either trouble or charged. It will not put a charge into it. So you have to start the battery with voltage. And for that, I've got a bunch of these kicking around the house. These antique metal ones, 1 amp, and these bring it up nice and slowly. And this does 6 volt and 12 volt. The other one does too. The other one does the has the switch for 6 volt and 12 volt. All my chargers do, because I do so many KE100s and KD80s and all that type of stuff that I put batteries in. That's what I use. And the nice thing about doing the 6 volt, I have so many bikes that take the 6 volt battery. You just plug the positive into the negative, and then you could charge them on 12 volt with that command, that right there, and it will tell you when it's fully charged. So a couple things I wanted to go over with you. Safety first. Get yourself a pair of safety glasses. I got some right here that I'm wearing, because the last thing anybody wants to hear you say is, "Oh my goddamn retinas!" Okay, so make sure you're wearing that. And rubber gloves, kitchen gloves work great. These are a little tight, but they work when I'm filling up the battery. I'm not going to do the video of me filling up the battery or even charging it, but basically what you're going to do is it comes with a hose. I cut mine down so it fits into the hole, and then I'm going to charge each cell until the liquid gets up to here. And then when it gets up to the upper level and they're fully straight across, I'm going to let the battery sit for a half hour and calm down. The reason for this is this battery's already been charged. There's no acid in it right now. The acid's still in here. I'm actually going to use my conductance tester on it. I'm not going to, I'm just going to do the voltage part of it. I'm not going to, actually try to test it. But if it'll... Okay. So there's no voltage in it right now that you can read, because there's no liquid in it. Okay? But this battery is already charged. The plates are already charged in here from, and they let it sit with no voltage in it. So the second I put the liquid in, the battery's going to start to bubble inside there because the plates are charged. Okay? So right now I'm not getting a reading because there's no liquid in there to make that connection. But when the liquid goes in there, it's going to bubble up and it's going to be sizzling and it's going to be doing its thing. Okay? And that's the chemical reaction from the electrons moving from the positive to the negative, negative to the positive, and going back and forth. So that's why you want to let the battery calm down for at least a half hour before you charge it. A lot of people don't explain that to you. And the reason why is that chemical reaction creates heat in the battery. When you throw it right on the charger or put it right in the bike or car or whatever the case may be, what happens is that extra heat can actually warp a plate inside there. And when it warps a plate, it could touch and short the battery, and then the battery's junk. So that's the reason for letting them sit for a half hour before charging them, and then you charge them up 100% beforehand before you put them in. It's basically heat transfer. So that's why we do what we do with the batteries. With these AGMs, you get it home, you can just charge it and then put it in and have a nice day. See you later. Bye-bye. These you don't. These you have to add acid, which is dangerous. I keep mine in a bucket, so if I do spill, it's contained. I wear rubber gloves because if it gets on your skin, it burns. And if it does get on your skin or your face, or you get it in your eye, the first thing you're going to want to do, other than scream, "Oh my goddamn retinas," you're going to want to flush this thing, flush your eye, just continuously flush it with water. Water's going to be your best friend. And just keep it on there, keep it on there, keep it on there, keep it on there, and then go get it checked out. Or have someone call ahead and do that, for you. Call the hospital and find out, listen, the proper thing for this is to flush it with water. Make sure you get that down pat. Okay, so you want to make sure you're doing it in a safe place where there's ventilation, because this does put off gases. I don't do them in the house. I do them outside when I fill them. I charge them in the house, but I do them outside to fill them. For chemical reactions, you never know if it's going to come. I have seen them bubble out. You don't know how they made it. You know what I mean? They're cheap batteries. These are dangerous batteries. They put out gases. They're the chemical reactions in them. So that's why I do them outside in a bucket, wearing pretty rubber gloves. Ain't these things sexy? I mean, look at these, huh? Ladies, take note, huh? Look at those gloves, dishpan hands right there. And then of course I wear safety glasses, and you always want to wear these. No matter how cautious you are, it only takes one drop to get in your eye. And it's just, you know, be safe. So if you have any questions on this, I'm going to go over this one more time. What you're going to do is you're going to take the cap off completely. This has already been, you know, cleaned. So I can touch it right now without getting any acid on me. Cut the tip. You're going to insert your hose onto the tip. Make sure it's all the way down and snug. You can pick it up like that. Okay, it's all the way down. That's how you're going to fill the battery. Okay, I'm going to put my other glove on, and I'm going to fill the battery up to the upper level on all of them. After it's filled, I'm going to let the battery sit. These are what the caps look like, and you take these off with the pair of pliers. While charging the battery, leave them off. The reason for that is because you want the gases, you want the battery to breathe and vent. And that right there is going to stop. If you put that on there, you could lose battery fluid out through this little nipple right here on the side. Notice how the AGM does not have that, because there's nothing to drip out. This one here will drip out right there, and that's why I have it in a catch pan. This red hose that comes with it is actually the drain hose that you're supposed to put on the end. And that's your drain hose right there, which I'll put all the way on. And then it comes with the assorted nuts and bolts and fittings to put on your particular, for your style battery, for what you need. Like I need this style right here for the battery, for the bike that it's going on. Conventional style would be this. Don't throw away the extra hardware. They come in handy for other batteries. Or if you get a battery that's good but has bad bolts, there you go, change them. So anyway, that's pretty much my battery tutorial. This is the same process for the 6-volt batteries that you would get for the KE100s, the KM100s, and some KD100s if it has the lights. So, and all the KHs, the KCs, all those particular bikes. Anything with a motorcycle battery that's liquid filled, that's the process. Fill it till it gets up to your upper level. Leave your caps off. And then charge it with a low amperage charger for the desired amount of time. Before you do the charger, let it sit for a half hour or so. Okay, well thank you for watching, and as always, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, by all means send them my way. I love them. So I like helping people out with all these different tips and tricks and the proper way of doing things, because you get a battery and who reads the directions, right? You just like, oh, I got 2 things. What the hell are these things for? Filling method? What? Okay, well, I'm not going to read the instructions. I'm just going to dump it in the battery and then put the caps back on charge. Well, that's wrong. You know, so make sure you take the time. Safety first. Get the proper stuff. Make sure you get a nice bucket that can handle. If you dump, the bucket should be used to be able to hold all the fluid if it all flows out. So, and it should be able to take the battery and dump it over on the side, and the battery should fit in there with all the fluid. So this is the battery box that I use. Just a hard plastic battery case, and I use that right there for filling up the batteries. Got some rubber gloves, got my pair of pliers to remove my caps, and I'm good to go. So, as always, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.